You're listening to the John and Heidi Show, now featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
Faith, freedom, and the best music of the 80s and 90s. Thank you for listening to Sunny 93.3. It's time now for the bonus hour with Mr. Dan Farris. How you doing, Dan?
Hey, proud to be a bonus, John.
I'm glad that you're here. And it gets lonely when, Heidi has to step out and it's just like me.
Yeah, it's like the glass is half empty.
It's way more than half. It's
half
90% empty.
A couple notable birthdays today. One of my all-time favorite performers in the history of performing, Ray Charles.
Oh, yeah.
Born 1930. Ray would have been 89 today.
No kidding.
And here's where we feel a little bit older. Bruce Springsteen is 69 today.
Oh, my goodness.
I know,
I just saw somewhere they were making the world's largest birthday cake for him. I was like, what? The what?
Fantastic.
Yeah, I don't know. I saw that online. Maybe it was just a fake news story. I have no idea.
And here's a birthday that I just mentioned because I think it's darn important. And kids, this may be a learning moment for you. Born this day in 1917, Hungarian hammer thrower Emre Nemeth.
No kidding.
Yes, the Emre Nemeth.
We should be celebrating.
Well, I am. He won the gold back in 1948.
He's a hammer thrower.
Yep. The Summer Olympics in 48 in London. He threw that baby about 60 yards.
How does hammer throwing become an Olympic sport?
This is what I'm leading up to.
Okay.
Some kids are kids, right? Some kids are good at athletics and some aren't. But when you think athletics in America, what do you think, man? You
Football,
think
baseball,
football, basketball.
hockey.
But, unfortunately,
Soccer
worked its way into our culture somehow, which is just horrifying to me. But hey, kids, if you can't shoot the hoops, if you can't go yard with the baseball,
throw some hammers.
Hey.
Bring it back, man.
Somewhere where you live, there's a hammer somewhere. It's in a drawer. It's in a garage. But just grab that, start flinging that around.
Yeah, you could do that.
It can't be that hard. Emory, by the way, would go on 4 years later to only score bronze in the 1952 Olympics in Helsinki. But here's the thing. If you have... Emery's rookie card, that's probably worth a fortune.
I'll bet it is. Are there hammer-tossing rookie cards?
Why
Dan?
not? I think it's great that there's hammer-tossing, period.
I wonder if there's other things like tape measure tossing and screwdriver tossing.
Where would the Avengers be without Thor?
Well, there you go.
Think about it.
Yeah,
Hammer's his claim to fame, man. So there you go. Kids, just throw wrenches, whatever you can find.
Whatever, yeah. Work your way up to a hammer. Start with a finishing nail hammer, like just a tiny one. Work your way up to the sledge. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris on Sunny 93.3.
Before you know it, Christmas will be here. Are you ready? If you plan to use a credit card while shopping, make sure you have the very best credit card for you. It's free to click around and see what we can do for you at bettercreditcards.net. We have options from many different banks and different credit card companies who put out their best offers to earn your business. See if we can help you get a better credit card at bettercreditcards.net. Bettercreditcards.net. That's bettercreditcards.net.
Faith, freedom, and the best music of the 80s and 90s. You are listening to Sunny 93.3. It's time for Ranger Dan's Critter Corner.
Well, I'm rough, tough, and ready. I'm a heck of a man. Eat my beans and weenies from a frying pan.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I love to wrestle bears and lasso ducks. Run over possums in my government truck.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I loves all the campers and the animals, too. If you're picking on critters, I'm coming after you.
He's Ranger Dan.
Yes, sir. I'm Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
John and all my little radio rangers. I'm gathering around the radio waiting for a little critter knowledge here. We drift back to last week. We were spending some time talking about beavers.
Yes, we were.
One of the most interesting animals on God's green earth.
Beavers are fish, according to last week.
Did you know, if you ever see a picture of a beaver, or maybe you've met a beaver personally, their teeth are kind of brownish in color.
Yeah.
A lot of beavers chew.
Yeah.
They're actually coated with iron.
Are they really?
Teeth are, that's why.
It helps them chew through stuff.
If you tick one off, they'll kill you in a heartbeat. But here's the thing. Beavers can also be really, really destructive. Let's go back a few years through history. It was 1940. 50 beavers were habituated. They were brought over to Terra del Fuego. Terra del Fuego. I think that's northwest of Sicily. to actually help start a fur trade.
Okay.
There are now well over 100,000 of those little sons of guns, and they managed to devastate over 16 million acres.
So they're like, that's probably a bad idea to bring those beavers in.
1940. And here's another episode of that. 1946, 50 Canadian beavers were relocated to Argentina.
Why?
They've grown to a population over 250,000, and basically, if it's like, you can trap them, you can kill them, but in Argentina, apparently that's
Why do they keep relocating beavers to other parts of the world?
well, it's supposed to be an economic thing. It's supposed to be a
Beaver relocation
nature
program?
thing. Yeah, they've actually been airdropped into various parts of this country, too, with parachutes and whatnot. That is a true story. So I got a report, it was early Saturday morning, of a beaver sighting over at Lake Lorraine.
Oh, wow.
So I did my due diligence because I am a highly paid professional ranger for the great state of South Dakota, and I set out some live traps over there. And
nice. Did you get any beavers?
Sun up this morning, I had 2 squirrels, 3 cats, and a really spastic Shih Tzu named Twinkles.
No beavers, though.
He's now wandering around dazed somewhere outside Hobby Lobby. So. There you go, little radio rangers. You know the drill. You sure do. You sure do. You sure ought to. Stay in school, say your prayers, go to church, eat your vegetables. Don't be playing soccer. And goodness gracious, don't let me get your root crooks. Ranger Dan out. Yes, sir.
Again, Ranger Dan's Critter Corner on Sunny 93.3.
If you have a drug problem, don't let it ruin your life. You can be in treatment as soon as tomorrow, and you can start to get clean in as little as 7 days. Take the first step to get drugs out of your life at timeforrehab.com. Your insurance may cover everything, so you really have nothing to lose. Timeforrehab.com. Start your new life. You deserve it. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Faith, freedom, and the best music of the 80s and 90s. Thank you for listening to Sunny 93.3. It's time now for Water Cooler Talk, brought to you by Aqua One. Mr. Dan Farris back in the studio right now to get us up to speed on stuff that's happening around town.
Yeah, I am a investigative reporter. I burn up the shoe leather. I pound on desks demanding answers. Mm-hmm. I'm not even sure exactly why this is a story, and it certainly hasn't gotten a whole lot of pull here in Sioux Falls, but apparently there's a problem with Sioux Falls Police Department.
Oh, what's that?
There was an article, a little blurb in the Argus Leader a while back saying there's a problem with lack of diversity on the Sioux Falls police force.
Oh, okay.
Lack of diversity. Apparently, our fantastic men and women in blue are comprised of 90% white males.
Okay. Well, thank you for your service, whoever you are.
Oh, absolutely. But you know what? Maybe that's the population that's geared for it and wants to do it. I really don't know. I didn't get into it, but what I did is I punched up City of Sioux Falls website.
Yeah.
Well, there must be openings for police officers, and there most certainly are. They're interviewing right up till the end of the year, always looking for good people. Requirements are right there. Minimum qualification. You can be a police officer at 21 years old.
No kidding.
But you can't be any older than 44.
Oh, I'm out
During the time of the interview.
Hey, I guess I'm not out. I have till November.
That you should go for it. Go for it. 'Cause
my dad was actually a police officer.
Well, there you go. Well, apparently they're not looking for middle-aged white guys.
So they got their fill of people like me.
But here's the drill. Average pay is like $26.50 an hour to start. That's like $55,000 a year. Plus you get the benefits. Plus you get a taser.
And you get to be a cop.
You get a gun.
Yeah.
The
benefits just keep stacking up here, Dan. I think this is good.
You do need some edumacation, associate's degree, or at least 60 semester hours of college credits from an accredited institution, or 2 years of certified law enforcement experience.
Nice.
So if that's your thing.
That's cool. And I got to say this. Thank you to anybody who straps on that little tiny badge.
Yeah, absolutely.
And puts that on their chest, because, that little tiny badge ain't going to stop a lot of bullets. And sadly, there are people that are shooting at cops. And I thank goodness we don't have that issue here. But there are some places where there's no way in the world you could convince me to be a police officer.
Oh, yeah. So major cities have now what they call no-go zones.
Yeah, and I just think it's really sad. And I have 3 brother-in-laws that are policemen right now that are serving currently.
Yeah, I met one of them.
Absolutely appreciate what the men and women of any color and diversity, when they put on that blue uniform, they all become Team Blue.
Yeah, my Uncle Ray Urbanski was a Hennepin County Sheriff, Minneapolis. Great guy.
I was really sad to see a preview for a movie that's coming out. And it's even got Frank Grillo, who I absolutely love. I did an interview with him a few months ago. But I just saw previews when we were at the theater for Rambo last week, and there's a movie called Black versus Blue. And I think it's a terrible idea for a movie, but it's, an African-American woman who's a police officer, and there are people saying, you're no longer part of us, now you're a part of them. And it looked to me like an awful idea for a movie. And, kind of some bad cops in it and stuff. And I was like, what? Do we really need this? Stirring up all kinds of problems? So,
well,
anyway.
Way to draw attention to it, John.
I'm sorry. Don't go see it. There we go. That's what I meant to say. What did I say?
I have no idea. Okay. I was just talking about Sioux Falls police, and then you're off to the races, man.
Have I told you I might have ADD?
Might.
Coming up in a moment, I'm going to be chatting with somebody else. I'm going to be on the phone visiting with a young man who's going to be at the Health Connect Fair this weekend. All week long, I'll be talking to different folks, but Colin DeWitt will be on the program with us here in just a bit.
The average household has thousands of dollars in credit card debt. If you find yourself in that position and you're making minimum payments, you could be in debt for a long time. Make sure you have the very best card with the very best rates at bettercreditcards.net. We work with different banks and different credit card companies who put out their best offers to earn your business. See if we can help you get a better credit card at bettercreditcards.net, bettercreditcards.net. That's bettercreditcards.net.
Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show. We've got a guest joining us right now, Colin DeWitt. He's with the Kinesio Care Center, and Colin's going to be at the Health Connect Fair coming up this Saturday. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Now, what do you guys do at the Kinesio Care Center?
So we are a chiropractic clinic here in Sioux Falls, and we specialize in chiropractic care for all ages, treating back pain, scoliosis, neck pain, headaches. And we also like to incorporate a lot of active care, as we call it, which is treating the muscle alongside the joint so the two can be healed at the same time. That helps to heal faster and stay better longer.
That is fantastic. Now, have you been to the Health Connect Fair in the past, or is this your first year?
This is our first year.
Oh, very nice. Well, I've been there several times, so I'm excited for you guys to see it. It's usually a ton of fun, so I'm excited for it on Saturday. Now, for people who would like to maybe connect with you before the Health Connect Fair, or if they can't make it to that, how do they get a hold of you at Kinesio Care?
They can shoot us an email at kinesiocarecenter@gmail.com, or our office phone number is 605-782-9871, or anybody's always free to drop in just to say hi. We're located across from Costco on Grange.
Very, very nice. Well, I look forward to meeting you on Saturday, and thank you for taking a little time to chat with us this morning.
Yeah, thanks for having me, John.
Absolutely. Again, Colin DeWitt with Kinesio Care Center, and if you'd like to connect with them, once again, I'm going to throw his email and his info on our Facebook page, and another really great way to connect is just stop and join us this Saturday. It's the Health Connect Fair. It's coming up this Saturday, starts at 11, done by 3. It's at the Sioux Falls Arena. It's absolutely free, and that even includes a free lunch. So come out and join us. Again, all the information at facebook.com/sunnyradio.
If you can't have a drink without it leading to another drink and another drink, maybe it's time to get help. There are programs designed to help take alcohol out of your life for good at timeforrehab.com. Don't let a drinking problem spill over into other areas of your life. Get help to quit drinking and start living the life you truly deserve at timeforrehab.com. Your insurance may cover everything. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Faith, freedom, and the best music of the 80s and 90s. You are listening to Sunny 93.3. It's time now for entertainment news of the day with Mr. Dan Farris.
You know what I know? We all know celebrities are fabulous. She's been flying a little bit under the radar as of late. Man, she is something else. She's a superstar. Kendra Wilkinson.
Oh.
Really made her bones. Her claim to fame is she was one of Hugh Hefner's 3 girlfriends at the same time.
What? What the what?
You know what? You don't know about this?
I don't know.
Yeah, it was a big deal.
I don't keep track.
Lived in the Playboy Mansion with Hugh Hefner and two other young ladies. And this went on for about 4 or 5 years.
Oh, wow.
There was a reality show about it. Anyway, she got married. Hank Baskett, former NFL washout, and they were married for like 9 years. Anyway, got divorced last year, and now she's looking for a new suitor. She's looking for another man, and that's what this story is about.
Okay.
Kendra, who's now the mother of 2, just wants to be with a family man.
Okay.
That's all she really wants. This is according to her friend Jessica Hall in an article in U.S. Weekly, which I subscribe to or find on a table in the doctor's office and just walk out the door with. According to Jessica, Kendra doesn't want the spotlight or any crazy success.
That's why she put out this press release.
Which is why I'm just laughing already. The 34-year-old Kendra is looking for a guy that just wants to go camping and maybe take her to a barbecue.
There you go. Think of how many guys fit that profile.
I'm not sure if we can download an application for you gentlemen if you're interested. But Kendra, you may or may not know, right out of high school for some reason, had her body painted, and somehow that photo got faxed. Remember fax machines?
Oh, yeah.
It got faxed to people who do Playboy, and Hugh saw it and said, oh, she's lovely. Why don't she move in? And she did.
Can I keep her?
That's exactly
pretty much
what happened.
Wow.
Back to Jessica in the article in U.S. Weekly. Quote, she's so simple, and I think a lot of people don't realize that about her, but she really wants the ultimate family guy, and that's really all she's ever dreamed of, and that's all she's going to continue to want. So I like that it's not changed her at all, and she hasn't changed, and that sentence makes 0 sense, but I read it verbatim. So.
Well, I'm glad you did.
So you go. Kendra's 34, by the way, and very, very possibly a hot mess, but there you go. I'm just doing my job. Kendra, good luck, baby. The heart wants what the heart wants.
I have a thing going right now on the John and Heidi Show Facebook page, and I wanted to get your opinion on this. I'm asking people on Facebook right now about this, and you can chime in, and I would love it if you would chime in. But Whitney Houston is
dead.
Yeah, but she's also going on tour this year in 2020.
Oh, the hologram thing?
Hologram tour.
That stuff's kind of creepy.
So my question is, do we think this is a good idea, the hologram tour? I mean, I don't think I would go out and see that, but apparently they're selling tickets. People are going to go.
I would guess it'll sell out just because the technology of it is different.
So I wonder who else is going to be going on hologram tours, just because now that kind of opens a can for anybody, really, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
So if you have a moment, Dan, you certainly can too if you'd like, but you can chime in on our Facebook page, facebook.com/John and Heidi Show. That's a different one. If you go to Sunny, I've got a link going to it. But I'm just asking folks their opinion on this whole hologram tour thing. And when you had mentioned this young lady being a hot mess, that kind of reminded me, because Whitney Houston was one of the most talented people who ever lived, and then she became a hot mess because of drugs. It completely ruined her life. So kids, let that be a lesson. Don't do that. It's a bad idea. But if you do have 2 minutes or even 10 seconds, if you'd go to our Facebook page and let me know what you think of the whole hologram tour, facebook.com/John and Heidi Show. Dan, thank you again, sir.
Hey, my pleasure, John.
Again, entertainment news of the day with Dan Farris on Sunny 93.3.